At 12:47 in the morning, Noor opened a video she did not remember downloading. It showed her apartment hallway, empty and dim. The clip lasted 47 seconds. On its final frame, a black shape crossed beneath her door. At that same instant, the shadow of Noor's coffee mug lifted its handle from the desk. The actual mug did not move. Noor checked beneath the mug for an insect, then passed her hand between the lamp and the wall. Her own shadow behaved normally. The file had no sender and no preview image, only a duration matching the minute on her clock. In the final frame, 3 offset right angles were pressed faintly into the hallway wall. Then the mug's shadow lowered its handle again. 47 seconds after the video ended, the mug moved. It rose by its handle, though Noor's hands were flat on the desk. It hovered for one breath, tilted toward the laptop, and returned to the exact ring of moisture it had left behind. The motion matched the shadow precisely. Noor backed away. The video had not shown an illusion. It had issued an appointment. She replayed the upload while filming the room with her phone. This time, she placed the potted plant closest to the laptop and aimed the floor lamp directly at it. On the final frame, the plant's shadow bent sharply toward the front door. Its leaves flattened as if pressed by a passing body. The real stems remained upright. Noor started a countdown and braced the pot between 2 heavy books. Noor expected the plant to reveal what was about to happen. She was wrong. When the countdown ended, the stems folded toward the door against their natural joints. The books slid apart. The pot struck the floor, scattering dark soil across the rug. Nothing had pushed it. The upload was not forecasting a fixed future. It was showing the movement first, then forcing the source to obey. Noor opened the file a third time, intending to stop before its final frame. She watched for the shape beneath the recorded door. A few seconds from the end, her phone vibrated against the desk. She glanced down. The video finished. Her own shadow, now the closest shape to the screen, stood while Noor remained seated. It crossed the room and placed one hand on the front door lock. She unplugged the floor lamp and shut the laptop. Her shadow vanished, and the pressure gathering in her legs stopped with it. Noor waited in darkness, counting. After a full minute, she still had not moved. Concealing the selected shadow paused whatever the upload had scheduled. It did not cancel it. Beneath the door, the building's corridor light drew a thin, amber line across the floor. Noor pushed a folded towel against the gap under the door. As she knelt, the cream mug toppled from the desk behind her and shattered. Its earlier appointment had ended, but the disturbed lamp cord had finally pulled it over. The ordinary accident made her flinch. Her phone woke on the desk, casting a weak rectangle of light across her back. Her shadow reappeared on the door. Her right hand tightened. Noor switched off the phone, but not before her body took one involuntary step. She wrapped both hands around the kitchen table leg and held on in darkness. When a passing car swept light through the blinds, her shadow jumped across the wall. Noor's fingers released the table. She crossed half the room before the headlights faded and the command paused again. From near the door, Noor could see the laptop reflected faintly in the black window. Its lid was closed, but the reflection showed it open. In that impossible reflected screen, the upload's first frame was clearer. An empty corridor, Noor's door, and one long human shadow reaching toward it from the wrong direction. There was no body at the edge of the image to cast it. The reflection advanced without sound. The corridor shadow reached the recorded threshold, waited, then passed through the recorded door as if the wood were absent. Noor understood why the file lasted 47 seconds. Every shadow in it was early. The shape she had taken for evidence of someone leaving was evidence of something approaching, something whose source had not yet reached the camera. The corridor light outside brightened. It pushed through the towel in narrow amber needles and cast Noor's outline onto the door. Her paused command resumed. She tore the towel away, hoping to change the angle, but that only sharpened her shadow. Her arm rose against her will. One lock turned, then the second. On the other side, the hallway remained completely quiet. Noor's shadow pulled the door inward before her hand did. Her body followed, completing the movement selected by the third playback. The corridor beyond was empty from wall to wall. Yet an unfamiliar shadow lay across the carpet, narrow at the shoulders and impossibly long. It moved toward Noor without any footsteps, sliding from the blind end of the hallway where no light was burning. Noor stepped back as the unfamiliar shadow crossed the threshold. It climbed the apartment wall and stopped beside her own outline. The corridor behind it was still empty. Far beyond the blind corner, something finally placed one careful foot on the carpet. The shadow had arrived first. Whatever cast it was still 47 seconds away.